So, I can't believe that I'm actually doing this, but I have nothing better to do with my life, and I was definitely doctored into this trust. But I'm going to make a movie review on My Little Pony Equestria Girls Legend of Everfree. And I want to preface this by not saying that I am not a brony. I was just told to do this because I watched the movie and had many complaints about the plot of the movie. So, here you go. So, I'm going to run it down. If you don't know My Little Pony Equestria Girls, I don't either. And I also like to preface this by saying this is the final of the series. I have not seen the previous 2 or 3. Let me search that up. Equestria Girls movie. Yeah, there's 4 movies. I've only seen the final movie, Legend of the Everfree, and I have not seen the other 3, so I have no idea. So, if you don't know what it is, it's basically these girls go to a summer camp, and they like magic or something. Main girl, this purple person has nightmares, and then something magic. This Gloriosa wants to protect the camp from this man, who wants to take over the camp and turn it into something better. And she doesn't want that to happen, and so she becomes a villain because of it. She's like those villains who thinks she's right, but she isn't, and that's kind of cringe. Nobody does those villains anymore. We all care about pure evil. So, now that you basically know the plot, the whole thing is that they're all afraid of magic or whatever, and then they slowly unlock their magical powers, and by the end they gain all their magical powers. Which I guess is good. I mean, I never know. I never watched the end of it. But I'm just gonna start with what was good with the movie. So, apparently the main girl had like an arc about her uncovering her magic. Or like she uncovered her magic in friendship games, and she became like a villain in the end where they had to stop her with like friendship or something. And so she's been afraid of her magic ever since, and she gets over that Legend of Everfree, which I guess was cool, but I don't know. I wasn't invested. Trust. Anyways, so, what else am I going to talk about? I don't know, I never planned this far. I'm going to go over each individual one. Each individual character. So, I have actually my qualms with all of them. Like, Applejack does nothing in this movie. So does, it's Fluttershy. I don't know, I have a list of characters up here. I don't even know what she did. She's like something like magic. See, I'm not gonna name this character, but this character clearly, like, had... I'm gonna go on a rant about her later. Okay, Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash. She's, like, a person who's, like, hyper speed. She has diamonds. Hers was, like, mind reading, which is actually pretty cool. I don't know what the difference of them is. I have no idea. It's, like, confusing, and I don't know who these people are. Like, these look like dumb OCs, but they aren't. Because I have, oh, this is the villain. Anyway, so again, some of the plot more detail. This man, he's going to take over the farm to turn it into a better, well-spending thing so we can get more money out of it, because it currently isn't generating enough money to stay afloat. So she doesn't want that to happen because it was like a family estate or something, so she became a villain and because of it. So, now then, yeah. So my issues with it mainly come from her motive. So she finds magic, and she wants to use magic to make everything the best it's ever been. See, look, she has these shard stones, which she uses into a necklace, which she uses to essentially use magic to support everyone, make everyone be like, hey, I love this camp, and to make sure it doesn't get cancelled. But she slowly becomes corrupted by it, getting more mad, caring about the camp, and then not caring about everybody and turning into Everfree. This person, this girl lady thingy. And so my issues with that is one, in the end of the movie where they all like gain all their powers or whatever, Rich Man, he was presented as the villain of him walking off mad, and everyone's like, oh, we're gonna like save the camp in the end. So yeah, oh, I explained that in the worst way possible. I'll reiterate it. So in the end, she realized her mistake. Everyone's like friendship, and then they're like, we gotta save the camp because again, it's family owned or whatever. So what they end up doing is they ended up throwing this big ball prom thing where they all use their magic to set it up, and yeah, and then yeah, that's basically it. And they do it, and then they generate enough money from donations or whatever, and from fan stuff by inviting people that they know, which works in the end. Which I guess that's good. I mean, yay! I'm all for happy endings or whatever. But he is not the villain. I'd say he was actually one of the only good people in the movie. Because in his case, what happened is that if from a business perspective, if you have something like, look, let me show you for example. Chart or something. Oh my god. Okay, so you see this? This is, pretend this is the camp. It's been like generating slowly, but then it just dips. Not that many people go in there anymore. Like, this is better because it's like fluctuating, but like then it suddenly dips. Now the good part that this graph represents is how the graph is going, or how it's going currently. That's the camp right now. What their goal is to keep enough money to keep it afloat, but from this dude's perspective, what was the point of keeping this estate just for sentimental reasons? Because even if people like that estate, they're gonna have to shut it down because then it'll start being a detriment to the entire, like, dude's business empire or whatever. This dude, like, owns the land, owns everything, so it's gonna be a detriment to him, and the second it becomes a detriment to him, he's gonna start losing money. The second he starts losing money, that's gonna be a bad thing for everyone, because then he's gonna have to, like, support the company or whatever, and that's gonna be too much. So it would be the best case scenario is to shut this down, replace it with something that people will legitimately use, and then, you know, generate money from that. And if that doesn't work, they'll just reinstate the camp. But this girl is too attached to the camp, to the camp, because her great grandparents like moved there and then they established the place, and then she was too attached to that, and now she's not letting it go. She wants to keep it until the case where she becomes a big villain dude, which is stupid, because why would you want to keep a camp that would be failing you? And in the end, they make him out to be the villain because he storms off mad, but like, he's not the villain, he just wants money. And sure, that can be like capitalism or whatever, but the second that starts losing money, then they're gonna have less money to invest to other places that they could use, so that he can support them and they can generate more money than this camp ever did. So why would you keep the camp if it's going to be a detriment? That'd be bad businessman tactics, and he's a businessman, so he's smart. So yeah, unlike anybody else, yeah, that's it. But the climax of the movie, at the end of the rising action, of like everyone slowly realizing, is that Sunset Shimmer and Twilight Sparkle, they're both trapped together, and magic. So yeah, basically her arc is that I already explained her arc, but the thing is she hasn't used magic, and every time she uses it, she like doesn't want to do it again and tries to like run away and hide it from herself until they realize that the thingy about this camp, the way that magic is coming from, is that it's coming from this sparkling cave thingy. So what she does is that once everyone figures out that Gloriosa is the one controlling it, controlling the magic or whatever, for some unexplained reason, they go to the cave, call her out on it, and then she's like, grr, I'm big villain man, and my motive and sad backstory or whatever, and then they give a whole spiel about her wanting to save the camp, and then big rich man wants to destroy it or something, and then they want her to like have the camp, and so then she ties them up, gets all the shards, becomes this thing, and then her big brain plan is protecting everybody by walling off the camp, slowly covering it in vines, and try to capture anybody who escapes it. Like, what are you gaining from that? Like, I could understand, I guess, trying to use the magic to make everyone's life in the camp better, so they can give good reviews or whatever, and give slight hope to it. I guess that makes sense. That's like a last-ditch effort, but it makes sense. But doing that, like, why? Like, legitimately, what is your thought process when you decide to be like, oh yeah, let us just magic and cover. Like, what are they gonna do when they escape? Like, if they do escape, or inevitably when you let them go, what are you gonna do then? You're just going to be a terrorist, I guess, and then everyone's going to hate you, and then you won't even have the camp to still destroy it. So if your goal is to save the camp, why would you trap it, destroy some of the buildings, and then have and then vines all over it? That's just weird. It's just confusing. Like, that doesn't align with your goals. And they're like, in the movie, they're like, magic corrupted her. It isn't Gloriosa, it's the magic, but like, she was the one who used the magic. It would be a good idea to use the magic to show her slowly corrupting by getting this new power, but like, you can't just say it's the magic, not her, have her, or rip her from the magic, have her be like, I apologize. Like, see, Gloriosa apologizes, like, yeah, you might have like endangered 3 other people's lives, kidnapped 2 people, and I kidnapped, like, held 2 people against their will inside of a cave, almost killed your own brother, and you're just gonna apologize, get your camp happily ever after? Like, no, bro, there's repercussions, and I know this is My Little Pony, and I shouldn't get too deep in it, but like, at the same time, this isn't a good villain. Anyway, there's a twist. The whole thing is that she's a twist villain. Her brother, Glorio's brother, 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 Timber Spruce. This dude right here with the butt chin. So his whole deal is that everyone thinks that he is the villain because he's like spreading magic or whatever, and everyone already suspected him until near the end it's revealed that because they took a bunch of conversations out of context or whatever, that he wants her to let the camp go so he can make money, and she wants it, so they all like sided with, or not they don't side with her, but Sunset, what's her name, this girl, and they were like, hey, let me go, or no, she thought he was the villain until they realized that he wasn't the villain, until Glorious was like, I was the one using the magic and Timber wasn't, which was good. And yeah, it was actually set up earlier. It was actually a pretty good plot twist villain because in the beginning of the movie, she was like so eager to do whatever the people want, and it was confusing because the guy was like, "Oh, we don't do that," or "We never did that," and so we don't know how to do it. And then she's like, "Yeah, but no, shut up." So yeah, so that's his. He doesn't go through an arc or anything. Him and this girl end up together, or I don't know if they end up together. They do like talk or like, hey, let's go get a movie afterwards. Yeah, and then there's this one dude, which is, God, what am I doing with my life? Uh, it was, it was, it was, it was Sky character. Sky character. I'm gonna have to keep this. I don't keep the recording on because I'm not gonna like leave the call or whatever. I'll just scroll through this entire thing until I find it. It isn't Timber Spruce, sadly. Let's drop main characters. My Little Pony Equastria girls main characters? Probably a main character, right? I'd assume so. That's not Equastria girls. That's characters. That's not main characters. They have comics. Why isn't this dude? He's listed here. What? That's just weird. You'd expect him to be a main character. If I can't find an image of him. Oh, wait. It could be I think it was Flash Sentry. Ooh, okay, so it's Flash Sentry. Now I'm gonna go explain it. This dude, he is cool. Now I don't actually have no idea what ends up. Huh? Okay, I'm just not gonna question it. I'm just gonna go on with this. It doesn't matter at this point. So he has one of the best tricks in this movie. So apparently he has like this thing for the main girl, but because she like resembles the princess or something, and so he tries to get with her. But they show a bunch of like awkward interactions, like cool story, bro, and it's just like awkward. But he does want to get with her but she's not interested or something. So this girl, what? Yeah, this girl, she tells him that he should get over it, that he shouldn't wait for her to come to him, or he should go for her. You should just get over her because she's not into you, and he does, and it's good for him because dude was like, oh, I want to be with you, or whatever, and then this girl was like, yeah. This girl was like, yeah, and yeah. Basically it. Is there any other things? I need to continue my review on this. How long have I been running this for? Does it say in OBS? I mean, it probably says it in OBS. I'm just being stupid. Oh, 15 minutes. 15 minutes of me talking about My Little Pony Equastria Girls. Um, okay. Okay. So, here. I'm gonna give my review on each one of the main characters. Because I actually have no idea what to do, and I want to spread this out to 20 minutes like my FNAF Heroes video. So then you got Applejack. Her power is like super strength. She is able to like pick up things, like pick up big things. And that's actually pretty good. It's a pretty good idea. So, yeah, but that's just basic. So nobody really cares about her. She didn't really do anything in the movie. I don't know what she did. I have no idea. I think she, nature magic, but I don't know. Oh, her. This person should not be named. She is the dumbest character. She has nothing to add to the movie. She just randomly says something stupid, like, I like doing this in the stupidest tone, crazy. It's like they wrote the movie. They forgot she existed. Once they realized she existed, they added like 10 lines for her, but like they're all like dumb lines after something stupid. Like it adds nothing to the conversation, but it's just tacked on. And they needed to add it in, so they put that into the script. Like, yeah, this works for this character, which I mean, I guess it does. But like, what's the point of having her in there if she has nothing? Like, she's not even funny. She's just insane. She just says something stupid and then like just clinically insane afterwards. Like, she needs help. Drink some Fiji water right now. I'm getting dry throat. I already explained what she did. She was like super speed. That's also basic. She did nothing. What she did, she had diamonds. She's actually had pretty good power because she like was able to diamonds. She was able to summon diamonds and like protect people, and it's pretty good power because diamonds are cool and it's like shield diamonds, and I actually like that. She has the best power. She's able to see people's like feelings, life, what they've been through, why they do the things they do, and it's actually a really interesting power for her. And if I would have any other powers, it'd be that one because that sounds really cool. She's like she's like God or something, dude. I don't know. I don't know what she like. I'd never watched the one before this because in this one she barely uses her magic, but she apparently has like big magic, big explosion-y, generic magic, and that's really all I can say about it. That's it. So by the end of the movie, actually that was like a really quick transition. Good at transitions. Every single one of them get this crystal, and they all unlock a true form or something, and like this Equastria Girls Legend of the Everfree Crystal Forms. So I'll get these new forms. Now they're all just generic, stupid forms. Like all of these are dumb forms. Like none of these look good. None of them look good. Like ooh, woo, 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 woo. Yeah, they all just look bad. Like, who has crystal wings? That's not wings. And I forgot, who was it? The Rainbow Dash randomly grows wings in the middle of the movie, and that was just weird. Am I missing anything? Oh yeah, this one specific scene. Who was it? Who was it? You know what I'm talking about. Her, this stupid person, is dumb. She, during her, thingy, or during her, like, whole climactic moment, her brother was trying to break free with an axe by chopping the vines around the camp down to get them to escape. What she does is she decides to grab him up, bring him up into the sky, dropping his axe. Like, I would understand removing the axe or something, or, like, pushing him away. But, like, blatantly rousing him up to terrify him. Like, I mean, sure, at that point you don't have morals, but, like, why? What does she gain out of that? She gains nothing. She gains quite literally nothing. And, like, again, what was her plan there? Like, they're not gonna give her 10 out of 10 reviews, convince her, like, because in the end, like, she's going to have, like, tears them. Like, once the rich man realized that, he's probably gonna be bad for his image and nobody will want to work with him. So what he'd probably do is get Gloriosa in prison. And then, because he wouldn't want to be incriminated, which is what she deserves. But I'd assume if everything's happily ever after and he truly regrets it, then yeah, sure, she can be free. But she doesn't deserve the camp. She needs to realize that, oh no, rich guy needs to make money. And what also doesn't make sense is the ending of the movie. Just because they invited a bunch of friends and they donated it to keep enough to keep the camp afloat for now, who's to say in like a year or two people would be going to the camp? Because sure, people can go to the camp in the near future because their friends or whatnot are probably going to go there every once in a while. But in a year or two, they're probably going to end up being the only people going there because if they lost interest once, they're going to lose interest again. Because there's a reason why they lost interest. they would lose interest if they didn't have good things. If you don't have good things or you're unable to provide them, that's your fault, not the rich man's fault. So they should just be better and spread more things, and then boom, that solved the issue. But no, they don't. You should rather use magic to make a life more exciting in an already dull camp, and try to make everything do whatever they do with no clear plan in mind. And then you have in the future, she's not gonna, it doesn't look like she's going to do anything to spice up the camp or change it up. So it's just going to stay the exact same, and it's just going to be bad. Because nobody will start going to it, everyone will slowly dissipate from going it, and then you get the same issue presented as before. Where, oh no, a rich guy is going to close it down because guess what? It isn't generating enough money. And that's it. Basically, he's like the only good dude because he has a legitimate reason to do what he does. She's the worst villain to ever exist. Um, Flash Sentry had a like good arc throughout the story. The dog Spike is a thingy. I don't understand anything that before this. I don't know if her demon form thingy, what like the main character's demon form, or her arc. I don't actually know explain her arc. Her arc is where she has a demon inside of her, and during the friendship games, she she became the antagonist basically by what did she do? Apparently at the end of the friendship game, she like used her magic, became a villain, and then she was like beaten or something through friendship, and then she was afraid of magic again. She wraps up her arc. I don't know if it was like the thingy of the last movie or was the thing of her growing her magic, then being afraid of it, then her getting over it, then her suddenly getting new powers because why not? Yeah. There's also that's a good way. Not the other characters really do anything. Apparently Princess Twilight Sparkle is here, which is weird. This is just weird. I'm so confused about this because like I don't understand. My little pony lore. I'll never do. I don't even know why I'm doing this. What happened to my morals? Um, the movie ends on a cliffhanger because they're wondering why equestrian magic was in there in the first place. Because only they're supposed to have it, but they do, which is weird. And well, actually, I don't really care. They didn't make a movie, and I don't really care that they didn't make another movie. And or maybe they did solve it, and maybe they just like did it in like the normal My Little Pony show, or made like a special or something that doesn't count as a equestrian movie. But who knows? I don't know, and I don't really care. I spent a whole 22 minutes on this topic, and I'm just not gonna spend any more. This hurt me. This like physically hurt me. Okay, I'm gonna stop now and give Mason what he wants by telling him, "Oh, I finished this. Grr, you made me do this."